Caution. You are about to enter
Spin Zone.
The Spin Zone starts right now.
Smart Sound.
Hi, and welcome to the Spin Zone. I'm your host, Andrew Stover. Let's get right to it, shall we? Now, I don't know if you know this, but we are in the middle of a heated election. And if you haven't been paying attention so far, I would start now, because there is only 243 days until November 8th, which, if you're as old as Bernie Sanders, is only like 5 seconds. We are almost there. And it's important that we know what's been going on these past few days. So for all of you out there who haven't been paying attention, here's a quick recap of the 2016 election.
Donald Trump running for president.
Okay, hold. I'm gonna stop it right there. So yeah, businessman Donald Trump got into the race. He said a lot of crazy things, yet his poll numbers somehow continue to rise. We've heard it all before. You know what? No. I don't want to talk about Donald Trump. If there's nothing new about Trump, then I don't want to hear it. Even if there is something new, I don't want to hear it. I'm honestly tired of constantly talking about Donald Trump. What else is new?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Oh my God. Okay, yes. So Donald Trump has pretty much blanketed the media ever since he bid his candidacy. And because of how ridiculous his campaign has been, he has gotten a lot of media attention. Reports show that Trump Talk is responsible for a third of the election coverage. In fact, an ongoing study by Media Matters for America shows that throughout the coverage of the Republican primaries on Fox News, Trump has gotten 1,812 minutes of airtime. And in second place, Marco Rubio with 813 minutes. And if you do the math, that's... Hold on, you got, carry the one, let's see, 812 minus 18, 5, 999 minutes. Wow, 999. That's quite a lot, Mr. Rubio. Perhaps you have something to say about that.
Let's dispel once and for all with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. Barack Obama is undertaking a systematic effort to change this country, to make America more like the rest of the world.
Yes! Wait, what? Okay, sure. That wasn't really my question. I was trying to ask. How do you feel about Trump taking up all this media time?
Let's dispel with this fiction that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He is trying to change this country. He wants America to become more like the rest of the world.
You just don't get it, do you? Okay, fine. You want to talk about Obama? Talk about Obama.
In the short time that I've been here in Washington, nothing has frustrated me more than false choices like the one the president laid out tonight. The choice isn't just between big government or big business.
Whew. Sorry about that. My mouth was getting a little dry there. Just water on the table. There we go. I honestly can't take any more talk about Donald Trump right now. I just can't do it. Please, I'm begging. Give me anything. Anything not about Donald Trump.
And now for the moment when Donald Trump meets Game of Thrones.
We have no border. We have no control. People are flooding across. We need to build a wall. and it has to be built quickly. The greatest builder is me, and I would build the greatest wall you have ever seen. And in that wall, we're going to have a beautiful, big, fat door where people can come into the country, but they have to come in legally. I don't think they like me very much.
Oh my god, that's the best thing I've seen all day. Okay, I've got to admit, that's pretty great. Wow. No, Andrew, focus. There really isn't anything that isn't a silly news story or not about Donald Trump. What has our country come to? You know what? I got it. There's always the old-fashioned way to get news. Now, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Oh, see, right there, already on a positive note, we're thinking, thank you, Obama. You know, a lot of people don't like Obama, but no matter what you feel about him, he was a good president, and he has a good leadership style. Anyway, forget that. What's the front page story? I know that's always exciting. It's about the primaries, it's about the Oscars, I don't know, Mother! Oh my gosh! Stop! Why? We'll be right back. Hi, and welcome back to Spin Zone. Our next story focuses on political attacks. Now, since the start of the presidential elections, aka the day after inauguration, there has been an unprecedented amount of attacks on behalf of our presidential candidates. And it's not like such attacks haven't existed in the past. They have. Just look all the way back to the 1800s when Thomas Jefferson ran against John Adams. Jefferson had called Adams a blind, bald, crippled, toothless man who was a hideous hermaphroditical character with neither the force and firmness of a man nor the gentleness and sensibility of a woman. And Adams didn't hold back either. He responded by calling Jefferson a mean-spirited, low-lived fellow, the son of a half-breed Indian squaw, sired by a Virginia mulatto father. Wow. Those are harsh. I'm beginning to think those aren't the best examples. You know, I got it. Okay. During the 1964 elections, Lyndon B. Johnson released an attack ad against Barry Goldwater, which completely turned the tides for his campaign. The powerful ad featured a little girl and a nuclear explosion. Do we have a clip of that? Yep. Let's take a look.
1, 2, 3.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Vote for President Johnson on November 3rd. The stakes are too high for you to stay home.
See, political attacks have been around for a long time. However, the 2016 elections are different. Normally, there's a sort of political correctness that surrounds these attacks, but for some reason, things are different this time around. I don't know what it is, but there's some sort of force that seems to have brought out the worst in everybody this election year. Which brings us to our newest segment,
Road to the White House 2016. This time, it's personal.
I've got to say, this has been a crazy election year. Nobody could have predicted that businessman Donald Trump and self-described socialist Bernie Sanders would win the New Hampshire primaries, let alone run for president. Although, some people came close. In The Surge, for example, Robert Costa discussed his potential candidates for the 2016 election with remarkable accuracy, saying that a new class of Republicans is ascending and beginning to attempt to shape the party. He just didn't know that those candidates would be descending his way down an escalator into the front place position of the Republican Party. This election has brought quite a few twists and turns for people, especially when talking about political attacks. They are rampant across the parties and more evident than ever. And this time, It's no holds barred. Candidates are attacking each other on policy, looks, and have even taken to name-calling.
Bernie Sanders is a socialist. I think Bernie Sanders is a good candidate for president of Sweden.
The fact of the matter is, and let's say it in our debate because you'll never hear this from that immigrant-bashing carnival barker Donald Trump.
Hillary Clinton created ISIS with Obama.
Which enemy are you most proud of?
Probably the Republicans.
What? Did she just say that Republicans were her greatest enemy? Her greatest enemy. And people cheered. No, that's not what's supposed to be happening. This is the kind of behavior that makes the polarization of the parties even worse. Instead of looking for ways to compromise, they emphasize their differences and publicly criticize each other. It just seems to me that parties could be using that time much more wisely. And the problem isn't just on the debate stage. Take a look at this political ad put out by the Cruz campaign in December.
Imagine the greatest Christmas stories told by the senator who once read Green Eggs and Ham from the Senate floor, read by the trusted conservative leader Ted Cruz. Favorites such as How Obamacare Stole Christmas and Rudolph the Underemployed Reindeer, Frosty, the Speaker of the House, and the Lois Lerner masterpiece, Auditing St. Nick. The whole family will enjoy reading stories like The Grinch Who Lost Her Emails.
I know just what I'll do, she said with a snicker. I'll use my own server, and no one will be the wiser.
If you are not completely satisfied with this collection of Cruz Christmas classics, you probably hate Christmas and America.
I'm Ted Cruz, and I approve this message.
Oh, Ted. Ted. Why do you do this to yourself? It baffles me that the campaign actually spent money on that. And to make matters worse, the Washington Post released this political cartoon depicting Cruz's children as monkeys. For clear reasons, it raised a lot of controversy among people. Come on, really? Using children as a joke? That's insulting to both his children and monkeys. That's low, even for this election. It's the cardinal rule of politics. Children are off limits, no exceptions. The sad thing is, this isn't even the worst of it, which is amazing because how can that be? It's an election year, meaning that while party division is high, inter-party division is also high. In the Republican Party, tensions are soaring as contenders challenge each other for the nomination. And it has gotten brutal.
I don't know how he knows what I said on Univision because he doesn't speak Spanish. And second of all, the other point that I would make...
I never attacked him on his look, and believe me, there's plenty of subject matter right there. I mean, first of all, this guy's a joke artist, and this guy's a liar.
Donald, adults learn not to interrupt you.
Let's
I
talk
see him
about
repeat
your
himself
plan.
every night. It says 5 things. Everyone's dumb.
Senator
He's going to
Rubio.
make America great
Senator
again. We're
Rubio.
going to win.
Senator
He's
Rubio,
winning in the
please.
polls. And the lines around the state.
You are
principle,
the
and I'll
single
tell you-
biggest liar. You probably are worse than Jeb Bush.
And we all know the only thing worse than Jeb Bush is Donald Trump. Obviously, this type of behavior is troubling to see from the top picks for Republican presidential candidates. But if there's one good thing to come from this, it's unity. The Republicans and Democrats have finally come together to reach a common goal: defeating Donald Trump. And what do we get when we finally work together?
CNN projects Donald Trump will win Georgia, to win the Alabama Republican presidential primary, and will carry Massachusetts, Tennessee, and Arkansas.
Oh, that's right. Nothing. Folks, there is a serious partisan issue out there, and nobody is doing anything to try and fix it. Just take a look at these charts, and you can see the issues that are most important to Democrats and the issues that are most important to Republicans from a recent polling of Iowa. Now, as you can see, Democrats care about terrorism, income inequality, healthcare, and the economy and jobs. All very important issues. And the Republicans are focused on immigration, terrorism, the economy, jobs, and government spending. Also important issues. But the problem is that the only significant overlap between those two is the economy and jobs. Obviously, without these things, our government wouldn't function. This must be an issue where the Republicans and Democrats really have to come together to achieve a common goal, right?
For the first time in 17 years, much of the federal government is shut down. Congress failed to agree on new funding before a midnight deadline.
Well, apparently not. This is the problem with the way we conduct politics today. We can't even agree on what issues not to agree on. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, that concludes this segment of
Road to the White House 2016. This time, it's personal.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm gonna stop you. Stop the cameras. Okay.
It's a live show. We can't stop the cameras.
All right.
But welcome, everybody. Our political contributor, Maddie Melnick. How are you? Please sit down. Sit down.
All right. I'll put this chair here.
So, what can I do for you? We're kind of in the middle of a show here.
I realize that, but I really hate to interrupt because you're in the middle of a show. But don't you think you're being a bit unfair?
Unfair? What do you mean? I'm just giving the people what they want.
By spending the whole time bashing Republicans.
That is not true. I made that joke about Bernie Sanders at the beginning of the show. Ha!
Come on, Andrew. You're so much better than that.
You're right. What am I doing? It's just so easy to make fun of.
I know. But when you signed on to do this show, you said that you would be fair and balanced, just like Fox News.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, good one.
Okay. But seriously, I mean, really, you've got to stop this. It's not who you are.
Of course not. Thanks. That's exactly what I needed to hear. You're always there for me.
I know. It's one of my specialties. But anyway, no problem. How about what were you talking about? Political attacks? And you couldn't think of anything for the Democrats.
Well, no, it's not that easy. Bernie and Hillary have both, made promises not to go negative against each other, and there's just not much there.
Are you kidding? Just look at some of the stuff from the debates.
Secretary Clinton has given some speeches to Wall Street where she's paid over $200,000 a speech. Now, I think, this is what I think, if you're going to get paid $200,000 for a speech, must be a pretty damn good speech.
If you've got something to say it directly.
Secretary Clinton, you're not in the White House yet.
So I think it's time to end the very artful smear that you and your campaign have been carrying out in recent weeks.
She talked about getting the approval or the support or the mentoring of Henry Kissinger. So count me in as somebody who will not be listening to Henry Kissinger.
Well, I know journalists have asked who you do listen to on foreign policy, and we have yet to know who that is.
Well, it ain't Henry Kissinger, that's for sure.
That's fine. Senator Sanders called him weak, disappointing.
Wow, that is some vicious side-eye.
Uh-huh.
Can we replay that in slow motion? Man, that's the look you give someone when class is just about to be dismissed, and they remind the teacher to collect the homework.
Uh-huh.
I would not want to be on the receiving end of that.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right. The Democrats have really started to challenge each other these past few days. I am curious to see how it plays out. Any last thoughts?
That's a good question, and definitely they've challenged each other. I mean, this is going to be an uphill battle for both of them. They're going to be fighting tooth and nail for supporters, like we saw in Iowa. But luckily, Democrats have a fail-proof way to end this: the flip of a coin. Nothing is more democratic than that.
All right, if you say so. Maddie Melnick, everybody. We'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. Last topic for the night, the death of Justice Antonin Scalia. Obviously, this is a relatively new story, and I just want to take my time to extend my deepest sorrows to the Scalia family. Even if you didn't agree with his views, Antonin Scalia was a prominent figure not only on the Supreme Court, but in history. He will be well remembered by his country, and we thank him for his dedication to public service. That being said, during this tragic event, questions have been raised about the nomination of a new Supreme Court justice. Or, in other words, a bunch of jerks have already started to make this a partisan issue. As of now, the United States has a split Supreme Court, with 4 conservative judges and 4 liberal judges, meaning that a lot of upcoming cases could end up rendering no decision. The good news is Obama still has 339 days left in his presidency, more than enough time to choose a nominee and get them confirmed. But some people don't think so. Presidential candidates like Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio have already spoken out about the issue. Cruz went on Twitter to say Justice Antonin Scalia was an American hero. We owe it to him and the nation for the Senate to ensure the next president names his replacement. And Rubio has said he does not believe that the president should appoint someone so that he won't be able to ram down our throat a liberal justice, which coincidentally is a phrase he says so often, I'm surprised it's not his campaign slogan. Rubio 2016, we won't ram things down your throat. These comments to me are just ridiculous. President Obama has just shy of a year left, and there's no way our country can hold out that long with the split court. People like Cruz and Rubio are making comments like this in hope that they'll take the presidency next January and appoint another conservative judge, which I don't know why Marco Rubio cares about anyway, because it's not like he'll be there to vote for it. But the point is that Republicans are pushing back on an Obama nomination. Wow. Try saying that 5 times fast. Obama nomination. Anyway, pushing back on a nomination for purely partisan reasons. Now, Obama has already come out and said that he will submit a nominee to the Senate, saying this.
I plan to fulfill my constitutional responsibilities to nominate a successor. These are responsibilities that I take seriously, as should everyone. They're bigger than any one party. They are about our democracy.
However, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell soon told the press that the American people should have a voice in the selection of their next Supreme Court justice. Therefore, this vacancy should not be filled until we have a new president, thereby pretty much confirming that he and his colleagues in the Senate will do all they can to block a nomination. Now, I actually agree wholeheartedly with Senator McConnell. Yes. The American people should have a voice in who the next justice is. That is exactly why they elected Obama in 2012, and again in 2008. I just don't get it. Is there something in the Constitution that says the president has the power to nominate the Supreme Court justices except on Tuesdays, July 4th, and during their final year of office? Is that a thing? I mean, I don't know. Now, the counter-argument is that confirming a nominee during an election year hasn't happened for 80 years, as Ted Cruz so astutely pointed out at a recent South Carolina debate.
Well, we have 80 years of precedent of not confirming Supreme Court justices in an election year. And let me say, Justice Scalia...
I'm sorry to interrupt. Were any appointed in an election year? Or is that just there were 80 years?
80 years of not confirming. For example, LBJ nominated Abe Fortas. Fortas did not get confirmed. He was defeated.
But Kennedy was confirmed in 88.
No, Kennedy was confirmed in 87.
He was appointed in 87.
He was appointed in
88. That's the question. Is it appointing or confirming? What's the difference?
In this case, it's both. But if I could answer the question.
Sorry, I just want to get the facts straight for the audience. I apologize.
Oof. That's embarrassing. Because, as the moderator pointed out, even that's not true. During Ronald Reagan's final year in office, Justice Anthony Kennedy was confirmed by a unanimous vote in the Senate. And one of those justices' members just happened to be our good friend, Mitch McConnell. Now, I don't want to point any fingers, but someone's being a little unfair here. And that's it, everybody. Thank you. We'll see you next time here on the Spin Zone.
What's the matter?
I can't get the table. Mr. Bullock, are you ready?
Okay.
Huh?
Are you ready for this?
Ready for what? I was born ready.
Okay.
I'm never not ready.
Complete silence.
Of course I'm. What do you mean am I ready?
Oh wait, can I have the microphone as a prop?
Oh my God, no!
I want
Sit
the microphone
down.
as a
no,
prop.
I just got your shadows and
Okay,
everything.
but like here, hand it to me.
Where? What am I giving to you?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I want to clip it on the tie. It looks better.
You know what? I resent the question.
God, what microphone clips on your
Am I ready? The question.
The clippy one.
Are you ready, Mr. Bullock?
Yeah, I'm ready.
There is a clippy one.
See? He's everywhere. Everywhere. That's it.
That's so cute.
Telling you guys those lights are aliens.
The lights are alien.
Does he have another cup? I'm so hot.
That's all you get that.
Shut
I
up!
did that on purpose.
Socialist.
Happiness is overrated.
You are so loud.
Can we go back a little bit?
Yeah. Frank! Hush it! You're loud.
What?
A clip. On Tuesdays, July 4th, and his last year in office. Oh no, I messed that up.
The signal.
Oh wait. For people to be quiet.
Hey! We got an actor here, needs complete silence.
Over there.
Spins. The spin zone. This isn't working out too well, is it? No. Okay. So, Mr. Bullock, I put you in my credits.
What's that?
I put you in my credits.
Yeah, you put me in the credits.
Your producer.
Put me in the credits.
What am I? My cameraman?
That's cool.
What?
My cameraman? What am I?
No, you're a director.
I'm a director?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Told you so.
We could be.
You know I was recording this entire time, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, you needed bloopers and you made a lot of bloopers. So.
Oh. Ha ha. Ah. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha ha. Ha.